Okay, I think I'm finally live. Um, yeah, I just had a great talk for 10 minutes and it did not broadcast. So I guess I'll just go again and share some more. Maybe it's better the second time. So I was sharing that I'm really, I made this commitment to be here because it's easy to have lots of excuses why I don't need to go live, and making a commitment to show up and schedule this creates that uh, necessity for me to show up. And now I'm a little bit late because of technical difficulties. Anyway, yes, here I am to talk about friendship and to talk to you live. And the other part that strikes me is uh, that this is kind of our current version of meeting in the town square. Like, oh, maybe back in Socrates' time, you might wake up and want to go meet with humans and talk about what's important to us. Let's talk about meaningful things, and you'd go to the town square and have a conversation pretty much anytime you wanted. We don't really have that now. We hang out in our living rooms in our own houses, isolated, and we don't go out and have these common meeting places. So this is me stepping out into the town square to share what's on my heart and mind. So that being said, friendship. What is friendship? How does that relate to leadership? How does it relate to all these other things? I said some amazing things in my first video. It's very hard to repeat yourself, right? So it's going to be different this time. But friendship to me is very important, and it's my heart opening and connecting with you and sharing, wanting the best for you. And when we have friendship, and well, as one of my teachers said, I'd rather have leadership without friendship than friendship without. I'd rather have. Gosh, I can't even talk anymore. I'm so flustered. I'd rather have friendship without leadership than leadership without friendship. And for me, that makes a lot of sense on a lot of levels. We have a lot of people in the world. Let's be better leaders. Let's train ourselves to be leadership. And we have this very big focus on individualism and our autonomy and our agency and our sovereignty. And that's really, those are great things. And ironically, we still need more of that. But we focus on those things to the exclusion of this knowing that we're connected, that we're human beings in this shared experience. And so yeah, I didn't plan a whole talk here, so I'm just slowing down and feeling into it, and that's part of what I experience in friendship too. Is what happens when we slow down and we feel the silences, the silence that we share. My experience is that when we drop low enough, that we start to experience it's there's more and more commonality. Just like a mycelium network comes together and has a common root, we start to drop into our inner silence and realize that we are part of the same living life force, same energy system. We're the same being in a different expression. And so from that place, like, we're the same. We are the same being, just a different sprout on the surface. But under the ground, we're connected. in our unconscious, in our deep stillness, we're the same. And that's that puts a much deeper understanding of what friendship is. When I'm caring for you and opening my heart to you because you're an expression, because you're me, you're another me. As I think it's the Mayan saying, "En lakesh alachim," I am another you. It's like, oh, I care for you because not of some mental idea that we're the same, but actually I feel that, oh, I can actually feel our connection. If I drop into my inner space and my inner stillness enough, I can feel that we're in the same. We're the same. We have the same root. We have the same source. And so then caring for you is caring for myself. It's like, oh, I'm caring for myself. That's very different, motivation. When we talk about caring for people, it can come from a lot of different places. And it's really interesting to look at what's that motivation, because we can create all kinds of stories. And maybe I want to do good things and help other people so that I can get into heaven or become a good Samaritan or have all my neighbors think of me very well. And, I want to keep a good image socially, how people think of me. So I do good things so that people think well of me. None of those motivations are the same thing as, oh, I'm just caring for my own foot, my own hand, it's myself. It's another part of my body. And part of me is going back to, what did I say in the last video? and then there's just this moment. So yeah, whatever I said got lost if I'm missing anything. But I long for a world where we have more meditative awareness, we have more self-awareness, we can feel that we are one, we are in this space of we're together. And then from there, how do we support leadership? How do we support us to live our potential and to grow into what we can be and to heal any wounds that might still be there and so on? I want to do all those things from a place of friendship, from a place of connection. And also have a community that's oriented that way, right? Perhaps some ancient cultures and communities had that, but we don't have that these days. Not with our isolated houses and general take care of yourself attitude. Yeah. When we know we're all one, and we can feel that when we look at someone. I can feel that. Like, oh, we're one. We're taking care of each other. And it's like, what serves our greatest health? We're actually part, like one organism. We're one being. What supports this organism? The health and vitality, not of just one part of it, like one finger, which would be like me. Well, all I care about what's good for me, but rather what serves us. Yeah, and pondering. Okay, well, we could talk about politics or how it plays out in so many different spheres of the world. I guess I will mention one for the States, because it still boggles my mind that we don't have any kind of universal health coverage or even a private option towards that end. It's like, how does that happen? We're so focused on individualism. I believe that's the cause, and it's like, oh, if we actually feel it, like, yes, we are one. We do need to take care of each other. It's not about a competition. Well, that gets into much more challenging territory, but I won't go too far into that. Easier to have in dialogue, perhaps. This is my extemporaneous, spontaneous talk on friendship, and I feel it could always be better. I was like, oh, I did it better the first time. So is it okay to be as it is? Yeah, I also find it challenging that I don't have instant live interaction feedback in this particular format. I like it when we can interact with each other, like on Zoom, which I do many times, but that's not what this is on live. Alright, so I'm going to keep this short here, and I will be here another time. Maybe I'll do this once a week. Just chat and share what's on my heart and mind this week. So I'll post about that. Thanks. Cheerio. Well, I don't even know how to turn this off. Yay! All right, there we go.